G naught can be related to Kp. Delta G naught can be related to Kp. So the change in Gibbs free energy can be related to the equilibrium constant in terms of pressure. This we have studied in chemical equilibrium unit. Okay. So what is Kp? Kp will be equal to the partial pressure of the product divided by the partial pressure of the reactant. So this is Kp. Okay. Now how to relate delta G naught with Kp? So the equation is delta G naught is equal to minus RT ln Kp. So here delta G naught can be related to the equilibrium constant Kp by the equation delta G naught is equal to minus RT ln Kp. So here R is your gas constant, T is the temperature and Kp is the equilibrium constant. Use this relationship to calculate delta G naught value at various temperature for the reduction of metal oxide by treating the equation as an equilibrium process. That's why here equilibrium constant is used. Okay. So he calculated the change in Gibbs free energy by treating the reduction as an equilibrium process. Observations from Ellingham diagram. What do you observe from Ellingham diagram? Okay. So here we are going to discuss 4 points. The first point is most of the metal oxide formation, the slope will be positive. Okay, so for most of the metal oxide formation, the slope will be positive. The second is formation of carbon monoxide is a straight line with a negative slope. Okay, this we have seen in the last video how carbon is converted into carbon monoxide. Okay, so here the formation of carbon monoxide will be a straight line and will be having a negative slope. And the third one is at high temperature metal oxide will be less stable. Okay. The third point is at a higher temperature the metal oxide will be less stable. And the fourth is sudden change in slope at a particular temperature. At particular temperature in some of the reactions there will be a sudden change in slope. So the first point is for the formation of most of the metal oxide the slope will be positive. This I'll explain using an example. For example, if I take the formation of carbon dioxide from carbon monoxide. Okay, so the balanced chemical equation is 2CO plus O2 gives 2CO2. So here all are in gaseous state. Okay, all the three are in gaseous state. So now what will be delta Ng? Delta Ng is equal to Np minus Nr. So what is the number of product here? It is 2. And number of gaseous reactant is 2 plus 1, 3. So it will be minus 1. So here number of moles decreases. So if number of moles decrease then randomness will decrease. Therefore delta S will decrease. Okay. So we know that for a straight line equation y is equal to mx plus c. Okay. So what is in your y-axis? Delta G is in your y-axis, and what is in the x-axis? Temperature is in the x-axis. Now I'll rearrange this equation according to y is equal to mx plus c. So it will be delta G naught is equal to minus T delta S naught plus delta H naught. Okay. So your slope is delta S naught is your slope. Okay. So I have told you that delta S it will decrease. It means that it will be negative. So minus T into minus delta S naught. So the term will become plus T delta S naught. So the slope will be positive. So therefore for the formation of metal oxide, the slope is positive. The second point is formation of carbon monoxide is a straight line with a negative slope. Okay, so I have told you that for the formation of most of the metal oxide, delta S will be positive, but for the formation of CO, the delta S will be negative. Okay, so therefore it will be having a negative slope. Why? Okay, so now I'll take the equation for the formation of C2CO. So carbon, it reacts with oxygen to form CO. So if I balance this equation, 2C plus O2 gives 2CO. Now what will be delta Ng? So here this carbon is solid, gas and gas. So Np minus Nr. So what is Np here? 2 and Nr is 1 because this is solid. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So if delta Ng increases, then delta S will increase. G naught is equal to delta H naught minus T delta S naught. Now this term is positive. Okay. Now positive into negative will be negative. Okay. So therefore the slope will be negative. So here you will be getting minus delta. This delta S naught will be your slope. Therefore your slope will be negative. That's why for the formation of CO, you will be having a negative slope. That's why the line, it decreases. Okay, so the value of delta G naught, it decreases when the temperature gets increased. That's why it has a negative slope. This is your second point. Okay, so the first point is formation of metal oxide, the slope will be positive, but the formation of CO, the slope will be negative. The third point is at higher temperature, the metal oxide will be less stable. Okay, this is because when the temperature increases, delta G value, it will become more negative. Okay, for the metal oxide, because delta S will decrease. So therefore delta G, it will be more negative and it becomes 0 at a particular temperature. At a particular temperature it will become 0. So below this temperature delta G will be negative and the oxide will be stable. Because if delta G is negative, then the reaction will be spontaneous, hence the metal oxide will be stable. But above this temperature, delta G will be positive. Okay, so here the metal oxide will not be stable. Therefore, the metal oxide, it becomes less stable at higher temperature. So when you increase the temperature, delta G becomes positive. Therefore, it will be less stable. This is your third point. Okay, so as temperature increases, delta G will become more negative and at a particular temperature it attains 0. Below this temperature it will be more stable and above the temperature the metal oxide will be less stable. And the fourth point is, and this sudden change in slope will be due to phase transition. What is phase transition? It is the change in state. Okay, so if suppose a solid, on melting it converts into liquid. The same thing when a liquid on heating it gets converted into gas, and that process is known as evaporation. Okay, due to the phase transition there will be a sudden change in slope.